The BBC in the UK says that technology is not advanced enough for people to read other people's thoughts. They said technology, if ever, like that, wouldn't be available to at least 2050. But if you were living in America in 2050 and the technology did exist, suppose you took a little trip around the country just to see how Americans really were, pretending that it didn't exist, but you knowing that it did. Well, a couple of scenarios might pop up, like people would think they had a right to your thoughts and would tell you everything you said and did and tell you what was wrong with what you said and did. Or they might use your right to thoughts to sabotage your next move every day of your life. Or they might tell you that you don't have any underwear on when you know you have jeans on, but you didn't wear any underwear just to see what they would say. Or you could swear knowing that you're swearing to see what reaction you would get, and people would walk by and go, "That proves you're worthless. You just used the words so-and-so and so-and-so." Or you could just be sitting there in your room thinking your own thoughts and notice that the police keep showing up at the neighbor's house at least 3-4 times a week until finally you do a little test on them and say the word asswipe. And then you hear a couple of doors away, "She just said the word asswipe. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I see." And there's the one where you make up silly things to say like, "Oh, go masturbate a cow." That is pretty ridiculous, but okay, it works because you're sitting in a train station and you say, "Go masturbate a cow" to yourself, and someone pops up saying, "Ah, that proves she doesn't know we're listening." If she knew we were listening, she wouldn't say that. What if Americans were like that? If you had no right to thought and it was shared with the public and you traveled all over the country and in other countries too, and suppose that was the norm in just America alone, where people would actually get upset with your thoughts and come over and tell you that you don't have a right to think that. I mean, that's been a historical linkage to black women in America since slavery. You don't have a right to think for yourself. But 2050, we know America won't be like that. We just know that. I mean, can you imagine calling the police because you don't like a person's thoughts or what they're reading? And they have no clue? I mean, they know, but they're not paying any attention to you. They still have a life. That would be a really interesting thing to find out about Americans, that they thought they had a right to someone's thoughts, and if they knew people were listening, they wouldn't be thinking those things or saying those things like masturbate a cow. Aha, that proves she doesn't know we're listening. If she knew we were listening, she wouldn't have said masturbate a cow to her own self.